Pennsylvania. This is CBS 21 News at 5.
Tonight at 5, Talk to Me. Republican U.S. Senator Pat Toomey meets with local business owners, some struggling to recover from the pandemic, and his Democratic counterpart responds. And the doctor is in tonight in a one-on-one interview. Coronavirus task force expert Dr. Deborah Birx talks about where we stand in the fight against the virus and what happens next. But first, back to school. Hear why many are concerned over what the first day of school will look like amid the pandemic. Hi, everyone. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. I'm Jasmine Brooks. In tonight's Project Education Report, CBS 21's Talia Kirkland is live with a closer look at how Harrisburg University is planning to resume classes in the fall. Hey, Talia.
Hey, Jasmine. 10 days is how long Harrisburg University has to make a decision whether they will resume classes in person or continue online. I sat down with the VP of Admissions, John Friend, who told me what goes into making this really important decision.
All of us have been working on it for a long time, so we kind of know where the options are.
And those options are pretty clear for the university, who says that they'll make the decision either to resume online classes or reopen for in-person instruction.
Very comfortable with our faculty going completely online. It went very well for the closing semester of spring 2020.
School leaders say that faculty and students are both prepared to go completely online if needed, but say some changes will inevitably occur.
The housing would go away completely.
With housing out of the picture, students will no longer have a reason to report to campus or to pay those additional fees.
We have not raised our tuition for the past 7 years.
Tuition for the fall will be a flat rate of $23,900. However, each student can receive up to $16,000 in scholarships.
We offer what we call the HU experience, where students are involved in internships, externships.
School leaders are confident, saying that 92% of their graduates secure jobs out of school, and that shouldn't change, but the impact COVID will have on enrollment is still unknown.
I'm not sure we know what that real undergraduate number looks like. I mean, we know what we have in deposits, but I mean, that doesn't hold somebody in today's market.
Harrisburg University is still accepting applications and is ensuring their future students that they will still have that same hands-on experience, whether it's in person or online. Live in Harrisburg, Talia Kirkland, CBS 21 News.
Talia, thank you. Well, kids are heading back to school in just a few weeks, and many of you may be wondering how to discuss safety and the importance of wearing a mask with your children. So to answer those questions that you might have, Dr. Sean Campbell, a pediatrician with WellSpan, joins us now live. Dr. Campbell, thanks for being here.
Jasmine.
All right, so first and foremost, how can we help our children understand the importance of keeping that mask on and in place? It's uncomfortable to many, so young children might make a fuss.
Yeah, well, they might, although we've been masking kids now in our office for since this thing started, and over 4 does a pretty good job. So I'd explain to your child that basically the mask acts like a net and catches the germs.
Ooh, I like that.
I understand that concept. And if you're catching the germs from you and your friends catching his germs, you guys will not share germs.
Speaking of germs, how do we keep kids on top of washing their hands, not touching everything, not necessarily doing what kids like to do?
Well, this is the bane of parents' existence, especially with the younger kids. But actually, the masks are going to help in that department too, because even if you are touching a dirty surface, you'll have a tendency not to put your fingers in your mouth or on your nose or around that area, and that will help protect the kids somewhat too.
Actually, good point. Definitely didn't think of that. So what do you think the biggest obstacle will be for children heading back to school during a pandemic?
I think you're probably going to be the younger ones will be the mask, because it's just strange to them. I think the older ones, I think there's still some attitude amongst at least the teens that it really doesn't bother me, therefore I don't really have to worry about it.
Okay.
You're really doing this for your grandmother. You're not doing this for you.
And we always talk about talking to children of different age groups differently. So how do we go about with a young child versus an older child when talking to them about this?
Well, the young child, I'm talking about keeping his friends safe, because we're talking like the kindergartners, and that it's germs. They understand germs. The older ones, I talk about trying to keep grandma safe, because almost every child has, an elderly parent or someone they know that's in some sort of immunocompromised position, and they need to realize it's their part. They're doing their part to help that person.
Well, Dr. Sean Campbell, thank you very much for joining us on CBS tonight. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
All right. Well, U.S. Senator Pat Toomey in Harrisburg today, speaking to local business owners about the effects the pandemic's having on our local economy. His visit comes as Congress weighs whether to extend federal unemployment benefits to millions of Americans. CBS 21's Brian Sheehan was with the senator today. He's live in Harrisburg with concerns some are raising about a possible extension. Brian, what's going on?
Well, Jasmine, this is interesting. Some business owners we spoke to say business is booming, but they cannot find the employees to fill the jobs, even though millions of Pennsylvanians are out of work. Now, they think that the federal unemployment benefits of $600 per week is partially to blame.
It would be devastating if this is extended past the end of July deadline.
As Congress weighs extending federal unemployment benefits of $600 per week for millions of Americans, the CEO of Palmyra-based Ask Foods says any extension may eventually negatively affect production at our processing facility.
We probably have 30 positions that we could use right now, and we're just not getting the pull in applying. There's just nobody out there right now, and I believe it really is tied